Alright. I think I fixed it, and I'm gonna be mad if this is the solution. I'm gonna be pissed if I found the solution. Also, that's gross. I will not restart the computer. I'll just restart my computer. There we go. Am I back? I better be back. Alright. So I think the solution was that I had my headset listening to my phone instead of my computer. And it just decided it didn't want to work anymore. So I think this is working now. There's only one way to find out, and that's by going back to main display. Yeah. Can't see anything yet. One sec. Properties. Mobile sucks at streaming. Yada yada. Can't see that. Properties. This game. Select. There we go. Realize it's there. You can see it. There we go. Fuck you, game. That's great. That's great. That's great. What? Next time, okay, this is great. Next time you boot the game, okay, since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead. Whichever time you want. Even if it's not the correct time. You've earned it. Alright. I'll let you get back to the video game now. That's so nice. Oh my god, that's so nice of the game. Yeah, there we go. Now I could hear it. Did you guys hear it? Yeah, you guys could hear it whenever I'm not toggled. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's check our settings. Isn't there a setting that, like...
You know what? Even if you were going to be sarcastic and I still act as though it was personal.
1 second. There's gotta be a setting somewhere in here. I'll find it. Maybe if I... Did that do anything? Go to reset settings. Yeah. You know what? Turn everything on. Turn everything on because there's gotta be a setting somewhere. I know you're in here somewhere. Ah, fuck it, I don't care. Reset settings? Yeah, whatever. You know what? Okay, let's just begin. The end is never the end. Is never the end, is never the end.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
We need popcorn.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor at his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long
Let me know
to
if the
push
game's too loud, by the way.
and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley
You guys could hear me, right?
was happy.
Hopefully. Jesus.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
What did Stanley? Did he? Okay. And there we go. I just wanted to check my audio. You can hear me. Let's go. Alright. Let's go. Let's do this. Oh. Whoa, why am I moving? Oh, that's my controller. Controller's plugged in. Let's unplug that. There we go. And my mouse is on screen. Why? Why would you do this to me? There we go. Message? Hold on. Shit. Okay,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
God,
No
this
matter
feels
how
way
hard
different.
Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oh, climb on the desk. Climb on the desk. Yep, here we go. And now we're on the desk. Alright. But do I go out the window is the question. Is this the first thing I'm gonna do? Nah, not the first thing I'm gonna do. I'll save that for later. Click on this dwarf 5 times. Who knows? What does it say? What do I want to do first? There's so many things I want to do, but... Shut doors behind you. Hey. I don't know. What are you? Surname access. Nah. I don't want any access. This is surreal. Playing this game again after such a
When
long
Stanley
time.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
The first choice. What do I do? Should I go straight for the ending, or... You know what?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring.
Being watched?
It had really been worth the detour
Smoke
after all,
detector.
just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
The audio might be just a little bit too loud, so I'm gonna turn that down just a tad. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Oh, but did he? I mean, that is my favorite ending right there, but... Ooh, this room is lighter.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't
I
5
don't-
years ago.
I remember where I'm going.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm
I
not
think
your
I wanna go
enemy,
that way.
Really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust
You know
in
what?
someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the
Can't jump.
story has been about nothing but you all this time. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that
Yes.
convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I
yeah,
don't know
you're
how
definitely
to
to me.
convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
No, he doesn't. He went for the blue door.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Nope, blue door.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley... All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here.
No, not even a little bit you. Not even a little. It was a completely my issue on my end. Something dumb that I don't want to admit to.
Yes, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
Because I'm going to blindly
a third option.
into the...
This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before.
You think?
Go ahead, Stanley. Take it.
You know what? You might be right. Let me go and get rid of that. It is gone.
For a spin.
Well, blind means that you're going in blind to this version of the game. But you know what? Fair enough. I'll just get rid of it.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
It says so in the settings that it's not, but maybe I'm wrong. My bad. This is pretty good average steering.
A 3. Really? Maybe next time we can get you to form an actual opinion, you know? Any level of critical thinking or engagement with your surroundings. Does that sound good? Think we can do that? Yes?
Oh, my bad.
Wonderful.
Shit.
Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Oh, let's go. Yo. How am I doing? Where am I on here? Aw, okay. Well, you know what? Right door.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Yes.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some play testing. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Go on. Yep, into the fire. Yep.
You heartless bastard.
Yeah.
Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here?
I want to play Minecraft.
Yes. This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Yeah, Minecraft. What?
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose.
No.
Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley.
What?
And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Why did they make the Minecraft door noise? What do you mean I'm playing Firewatch? Fuck you. What? I have the propane tanks. I had this picture. I have this game as my wallpaper sometimes. Fuck you.
Oh no. No, it can't be. It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any...
I gotta go this way.
Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here.
Out.
Let's find another game.
Let me out.
Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
What do you mean walls? Let me out.
Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Fuck you, I was just playing Rocket League.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
I'm gonna score a goal. Come on, goal to score. Come on.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yeah,
I'm almost there.
I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
There's the ball, but hold on, I want to score a goal.
Hold on. What are you doing?
What?
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
What? Oh. Okay then. Ooh. Ooh, I like where we are. I like where we are. Ah. Smell familiarity in the world. Yes. Of course. Combine computers. Ooh. I wonder what he found down there.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon.
The end
I can wait.
is never the end. Holy God, they changed the ending. That's great. Oh, I love that.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Waiting input, yep. Also, hey Elsie, I don't think I said hi. How you doing? We're gonna go left. Let's go left.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let's go.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Table.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Director, turn it off.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Whoa. Just opened instantly? Okay. Okay. Alright. Whoa, okay. That was really relaxing.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2846? No. 847.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
That's not it.
2845.
Damn it. Damn it, that's a go-to for me. Shit.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself, and Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Yo. Sick tunnels. Whoa, that's terrifying. Ooh. I gotta say, this is a lot better than
Descending
the
deeper into the building, Stanley
Nicer.
realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I think we're gonna go for the escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Let's go.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Let's go. Yo. Down the hole we go. And move around. Okay. Oh,
As the
let's
machine
go.
whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh, damn. Could you not hear me? LC, can you hear me? LC, can I be heard? Am I here? LC, please. Please respond if you could hear me. Oh, I'm quiet? Oh, that's no good. I'll just turn myself up just a little bit. Yeah, just a tad. How's that sound? Do I sound good? Oh, play game, then talk? Okay. I'm gonna get crushed. Okay. I'm talking.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single
Okay, that's good to
visceral
hear.
instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed
dead.
every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh, I thought that was a platform. Oh, that's weird. Okay.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Yo.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
I'm not dead. I'm very much alive. I gotta press these computers. There we go. The doors. It's the doors. Nature. My computer. Gotta be more to this, though. More than I'm missing here. Oh, cool. This is really cool. They definitely changed things about this because I noticed there's like new names. That's for sure. Yeah. Office. Late development? Okay. Ultra Deluxe announced. Ah! Announced screenshots for in the game's delay. Okay. Narrator emails. After the second trailer we sent out and asked people to email. Well, we initially planned to use these for firmware. Never found a perfect use for them. Here's a selection of those emails. That's great. Sincerely Art? Okay. Desert Boots? Yo. How do you make a JRPG? How do you make the worst game ever? What's the difference between a duck? What? Some questions. Okay. You know what? You guys enjoy your questions. There we go. The lounge. Cargo lift. Okay. Meeting room, yeah. Oh, did they actually ever add the vent? Levers. Can't pull them. They never did add Zending. What's this? The fuck? Oh. That's cool. Alright. But okay. Okay, cool. Game design mop. Here's the desk. I'm gonna feature the... Whoa. Ambiance. That room has ambiance over there. I don't like that room. Something's scary about it. 31. Damn it. I wasn't fast enough. Whoa, what's over there? What's that? Underground. Yep, that's where I am.
Stanley jumped in the river. Stanley stood on the snow.
Okay. That's new. Alright. That'd be something I didn't see. No, I think I've seen everything. Damn it. Wait. Over here. Wait, no, I already saw that. It's over here. Yeah, okay. I think I've seen everything. Okay, guys, we all went on the tour for the museum. Seen everything there is in the museum. It's time to leave.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Boop.
Can you see?
Museums are
Can you
great. I don't know
see
what you're
how
talking
much
about
they
with
need
you.
one another? No, perhaps not.
I guess you've just never been good
Sometimes
to a
these
good
things
museum
cannot be
ever.
seen.
Clearly. Museums are great. Oh.
But listen to me. You can still save those two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push
No.
escape and
You can't
press
make me.
quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
I let time choose. Time's great. I love time.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Where's the meeting room? Boop. Bop. Boop. I hate Mondays.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
What do you mean, new content? Oh. Oh, I'm scared. What do you mean? What?
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may
Oh.
know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical
I'm
and
scared.
commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
What?
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
I don't.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Scared.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if, oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Let's go. What?
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle?
Oh! I could jump? Oh! Yo! I love this. This is great. Wait. It's wire lead.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Aww. Oh no. I can't jump anymore. I'm out of jumps. Oh. Sucks. Okay. Fine. New elevator.
Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
4. Keep dry. Is this the walkway? The demo? Oh.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore."
Wait.
What quality assurance department
No,
signed off
where?
on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people
actually
on
does,
Twitter
that's great.
and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks.
Aw.
Just you and me having a great time together like always.
You're right.
What do you
You're
say,
right.
friend?
I agree. Yeah. Oh my. Whoa. 1 second. I will be right back. I am going to take my dog down to use the restroom. I'll be right back, okay? Oh my god, I forgot to update my be right back for this overlay. 1 second. Actually, you guys are going to see me fix something in real time. Wow. Wow, look at this. Total's fixing something. Where is it? Total's fixing something. Yeah, here we go. There we go. Okay, I'll be right back, okay? If I can mute myself. I don't know if I actually mute. Yeah, okay, I'm back. There we go. Alright. Back to the game. If I could actually main display. Yep, there we go. Alright. Hopefully you can see this. I'll wait until I've got confirmation on my end. Did I voice crack? What do you mean? I actually don't remember voice cracking. I don't voice crack. It's just a picture frame of the office. That's great.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
They had at the vent. Coffee nut. Whoa.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Yo!
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Great. Oh, this is cool. Good times, yeah. What's that say? In memory of temp? Oh, the memory zone temp. The original website. The original, yeah. Yeah. Memory lane. Oh! What's up there? Phones! Oh, this is great! The demonstration! Dude, I played the demonstration, it was great. I have this achievement. I cheated for this one. Made a work in yeah. Ooh. Oh no. Damn it. Would you press the button? Business leaders. Okay. That's from the New York Times. Nice. This is great. There's a piano.
Je suis dans la mémorisation, c'est sur la pluie des loups, et je n'attends plus que toi, mon amour.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Portal room. I love that room. Let's begin again. Yeah, Minecraft. A choice. Or to go to the memory maintenance zone. Okay. What's this? Knowing your city. What does this say? For the love of God, please unplug me. The sterile office, this damn carpet, you're going to kill me. In parentheses for weeks, I have no... Whoa. Psych. That's weird. Damn Wii U. Colby might have something to say about that. Press button. Person of the year, it's me. The original remake. Demonstration. Yeah, that's true.
Here's another moving
Colby's got
passage,
nothing on you on
this
that one.
time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
He's right. The red and blue door, yo. Boxes. In my way? How do I get past the boxes? Oh, I want to get past the boxes. What?
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again.
Please let me pass the boxes. I want to go through. The serious room. Oh! I love the serious room. But where do we go now? I'm confused. Door's supposed to open? Okay, maybe I gotta go into the maintenance.
Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Whoa.
Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Damn. I don't agree with that review.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well,
1 second. I get it. Hold on. Sorry about that. I'm back. There we go.
But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
No, you can't make everybody happy, dude.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
No. No.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people.
No.
And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this.
the story and the choices, or what have you,
But-
and therefore, by becoming it
No!
is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once. So, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet. No, until
can't skip this.
245. But the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture.
awful
It
if I
went
skip
on
this.
for
I mean,
nearly
it's clearly awful,
10,000
but-
years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that,
I
of
feel
course,
so
you need
bad.
a
No.
description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are or were or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your great gift? Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works. Perhaps that would have been the smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is runs Steam will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review, merely because of this
You
very
can
situation.
edit reviews. Wait.
Yes, I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review, so that the feature is not widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with Steam altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial. Something along the lines of,
Alright, I'm
this
skipping
game
this one.
is the
Hold on.
best.
I feel bad.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes?
What?
Not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here? Where did the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room? I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that.
I'm in the
Is there a
compliment
window
room
anywhere?
again.
A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button, to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here.
Oh God,
before, wasn't
don't make
there?
me press the
I
stick.
swear there
No.
was. Where did it go? Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall? Is there any possibility that you could, say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave? Please, I'll take any option at all. I'm asking you to work with me here. We need a door. We need a door of some kind.
I'm trying.
I can work with any kind of door as long as it can open and lead from one room to another. I'm going to step away for just a moment, and I'm going to try to find us a door.
Fine.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's
I don't
no
want to press the
door,
button.
Stanley. There's
He's
no
making
door.
me.
There's
The
just
game's
you
making me.
and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here, and more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from
Can't.
pressing the button again. I can't control
Let me
anything in
out.
this room, Stanley. I can't touch it, and I have to believe. I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you? I've been thinking and thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise. Oh, my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I
Get
just
out of the
couldn't
room.
ignore the negative feedback. Why was it so important for me to fix the problem? Why did Cookie Nine's
me
opinion
out.
matter so much to me? I've never even met Cookie Nine.
Let me out.
I have no idea who they are. What would it ever really matter? But here I am. I'm fixating on every tiny negative thing that anyone ever says about me. The merest mention of one of my imperfections, and I become as impetulant as a
press this
child.
button.
Wild and impulsive.
It's
I
driving
can't
me
help
nuts.
myself. I can't stop myself from lashing out with a vengeful fury.
I'm sorry.
To alter. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've
Oh,
been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley, not the outcomes, not the story.
I enjoy being a
None
vessel,
of that
but
matters anymore.
there's
I'll
gotta be
give it
something
all
here.
up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need,
No,
and
the
God,
story's
I can
fine.
see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that
taking
I'm
it in,
saying,
but
I need to know you can hear me. Because
I
maybe,
gotta go
Stanley,
somewhere.
maybe, if you can hear me, then maybe it means I'm real. Maybe I'm not just a fiction. Was I scared of that all along? Perhaps. Yes.
I don't know what
Perhaps
to
I've been
do.
scared this whole time that if I stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be
I gotta press the
consumed.
button.
I can't be taken by it, Stanley. I can't lose myself
I
in the stretch of
gotta
emptiness
press the
between
button.
you and me. When you press that button, you're still right there, but I know you're so tremendously far away. And in those moments, the emptiness folds itself outward in between the two of us, and I am suspended in its unyielding quietness. I can feel the edges of my reality curdling inward and decaying.
I love the
I
story,
can
but
tell that I am becoming less and less real. Yet to speak to you now, I am alive. I am truly and completely here.
No, don't
I am
guilt
a
trip me,
being.
no.
I am someone. I am something. I am being listened
You
to.
are.
I am being recognized. The emptiness between us has collapsed,
can't be
and I
trapped
feel
here.
right now like I am not a work of fiction. Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley.
I'm sorry.
Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing
I'm
to
sorry.
undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire
So
life.
sorry.
All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see
You
myself
gotta let me out of this
clearly,
room.
calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of
This is
both
just the
delight
A
and
button.
disgust simultaneously. I was consumed by it, I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I now know was far less.
Let me out.
You see, it was a revelation for me. It was unlike anything I had ever known. It was a space without consequence, without action or outcome. It was divorced entirely from the question of free will that you and I have squabbled over for so long. There could be no one ending, no singular outcome of events, not if all events existed in the same moment, and I felt freed. I felt unburdened by the need to manifest a particular outcome into being. I saw that I could allow myself to exist along all timelines, and that each of them was simply a strand in the web of my being. It was incredible, the spaciousness, the equanimity of the moment, both singular and infinite. For the longest time, this was my experience. And then this moment passed, and the most unyielding fear I have ever known crept in.
Sorry. Oh no. Oh no. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Narrator. I'm sorry. Please, I'm sorry. I just... No. Are you still have batteries? You stopped working, but you're alive. I feel so bad. Okay, good, you're running out of batteries. The clock fell off the wall. You're still dead. Oh. Be out.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability.
I'm sorry.
It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion.
Sorry. I can't stop pushing the button because this... No. No, stay away. I have to stay away from this button. This is actually driving me insane. I know pushing the button's bad. Everything about this button is bad. Oh. Freedom. Eventually. This room's gonna fill with water. Skip far enough ahead.
The end is never the end, 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 is never.
I'm thoroughly creeped out. Free me. Free me. Free me from this room. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to everybody. Sorry. Oh. No. I'm not a monster. I feel genuinely bad right now. Fuck. Ah. I don't. I don't. Oh no! I had something nice and now it's gone! No! I'm sorry!
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
I genuinely don't know what to do. I'm sorry.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Never been more upset about an ending. Ever. Why is that door open? Whoa. Yeah, sure. I'd love to see your tabs. Why not?
Oh, good.
I'm not-
You noticed my
I'm not
sign.
broken right now.
Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
I'm not a broken man right now. What do you mean?
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original
do you remember?
Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
What?
Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2. Yes, you
What?
see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel, an entirely new experience. Built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
What? Taste this. Oh.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Right. Yo. Old busted, new hotness, it's right. Also, Wii U, I'd love to see your tabs. They're back 2 doors. Yo. Thanks for 2 plants. Urns, that makes sense. I'm loving this. I'm loving what they have in mind right now. Makes sense. That's great.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Oh. Me on the bus. Okay, guess won't go with the bus. Oh, hold on, I'm gonna go through the line. There we go. Parable 2. Ooh. Oh, you are messaging me in Discord. I can't see Discord, dude, right now. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Why are you looking at John Deere tractors? What the fuck? What the fuck? Why are you looking at the John Deere tractors? Okay. Well, I think you need to sign into your OneDrive, that's all I'm saying.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Oh. I mean, fuck OneDrive. Exclusive? The button that says the name of the player that has played the game? What? Your name in the... Yo.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself,
The demo.
what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
I'm
I
named
want
Jim.
you to imagine yourself living
I'm
as
Jim.
Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all...
Jim.
Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first.
Okay.
Now, allow yourself to become Jim. Imagine yourself driving to work as Jim, playing frisbee on the weekends as Jim, staying up all night for a popcorn and horror movie sleepover as Jim, developing a crippling substance addiction as Jim, rediscovering yourself through fringe religious groups as Jim, and finally dying a slow death at an old age, surrounded by members of your cult as Jim.
I don't want...
You feel
No.
it in your soul? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Okay.
Jim.
Yes,
I'm Jim.
You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal... Whoa there, cowboy! Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Jim.
No. 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 But I'm Jim. I'm Jim. Why can't I be Jim anymore?
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature. An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
It's over here. Infinite hole, it won't end. Ooh. Free achievement. Free achievement. Free do plus easy achievement. I can't believe that's it. I want my achievement. Give me an achievement. I want one.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Yo.
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
I want the achievement. Why can't I have the achievement? No. Get. Please? I can fix you. I can make you whole. Come on. Please? Please, just pull it all the way. Please? Give? Fine. Okay. Fine, game.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
The jump circle.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle? Oh well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Aww. Okay. Fine. Okay. Alright. Fine, no jump circle. Ooh, what's this? How do I take a screenshot again? Isn't it like F12? Or what if I take another screenshot? I want another one. Well, I want a screenshot of this. Thank you. Ah. Are you sure? Hold on. Let's check out the merch stand. You know what? I actually would like a shirt that says 2. That'd be nice. I want to go to the reassurance bucket. It seems important to me.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Oh.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact,
bucket.
Can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Get to keep the bucket? Oh!
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already. Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
This.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
Aw. You know what? Yeah, that.
Or actually,
You're right.
maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
He's right. Yeah, sometimes you do solicit other people's opinions, but then you do have to toss that opinion out pretty fast. It's fair. That's how you make decisions. I'll let him. Collectibles. Ooh. Whoa.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Oh. But
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
it's over here. Oh, that's it. No, I don't want to go that way. Collectible over here? Damn. Shit, now this game's got me looking for collectibles. I hate that. Maybe the bucket technology is what it needed. It needs bucket technology. Also, why do I still have this bucket? I love the bucket, but you know, sometimes too much bucket, you know? Ooh. Okay. Alright. Whoa, what's this? Okay.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
I don't know about this.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things. Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
Sorry. Wait.
Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite?
No, it's infinite.
If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready. Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
No. Oh no, it's the mostly infinite hole now. I feel bad. No, I debunked it, and now I feel bad. Aw, I ruined his experience. I feel bad. Ah, shit. Now I'm an asshole. Where do I go now? Been all over this museum. Oh, yeah, the exit. What am I thinking? Still got my bucket.
All
Yeah.
right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Oh no, somebody forgot their purse. Oh no. Oh well. Yeah, I think I've seen everything. New mug. No screenshots.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is.
Ready.
I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh.
Well,
That's great.
I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement.
No, it's great.
Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look. This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor at his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had...
Oh. I didn't realize that pressing... Okay, fair enough. You know what? That's fair.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley picked up the bucket.
I have it. You know what? Fine, I'll keep the bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
You know what? Yeah, I did.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find out. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Fucking... I shouldn't have picked up the bucket. Oh. There we go.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
I had the bucket. This bucket's warming up to me. I like it. Working with me. It's causing me to make actions.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
I had the bucket.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
This is... Why is this the bucket parable?
Was the
What fuck?
bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No!
Wait.
He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
What? No.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power.
Sorry, I sneezed. Or coughed, I don't
Stanley
know.
and the bucket waited in blackness.
Fucking hell.
Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed
Fuck
themselves
off.
from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped
Oh
through
my
this
God.
massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and to... What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
What?
Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Fucking... Okay. You know, I thought it was pretty cool for me to have the bucket, but whatever. Never mind. Guess...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Maybe the bucket could wait. Yeah, the
When
bucket
Stanley
could wait.
came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful... But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
There's something going on here.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
They lost their balloons up there. Oh.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else is difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I'm very powerful. I want my collectible.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I gotta get that. It's mine.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Collectible.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Oh, I will. Thank you. This. What?
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun.
You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do. Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
I'm sorry? Shit. Buttons. Buttons. Yeah, I don't like the buttons.
I
Well,
can't
this
wait to
is
tell
just-
this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
Figure finders in the meeting room. Ooh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Whoa. There's one in the bathroom. "416. One in the bathroom. Stairs. Inside this. There's something to do with stairs. Okay. Something both red and blue. Nearby a fireplace. Smelly place. Oh.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping in.
Yeah. But. Oh. I thought it was on the toilet. I don't understand. What? Maybe I did something wrong? Whoa. Yeah. I don't... Something going on here. Something's fishy. So wrapped up in this game right now. Figure out what it... I gotta get these collectibles now. It's going to drive me insane. A-pod. There it is. On. Oh, but... Okay. Don't even let me enter the escape pod. I see how it is.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
This is unusual.
Stanley
like
was so bad at following directions, it's
gotta solve
incredible he
this.
wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I... Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Okay.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Yeah, that's fine. I did.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you. What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay... No, wait. Where are you going?
Hold on. This is important to me.
No.
Stairs.
Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Hold on.
Please,
Important to
no,
me.
Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley. No! Oh, thank God you lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room? There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really... Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this.
I gotta climb these stairs. Maybe the collectible's underneath the stair? No.
No. No, no, what are you doing? Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
All right. Let's go. Whee!
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. My God, is this really how much you dislike my game?
No, I
Did you
love your
throw
game.
yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
No, you're not.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask.
Collectible hunting.
Looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours. Is it over?
Ouchie.
It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Now, it's gotta be more.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
That was weird.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Stairs. Something to do with stairs. Nearby a fireplace. Well, we already checked the bathroom, but maybe I should check it again, because maybe I was in like a different loading zone. Why is this
Coming
the
to a
thing that I'm doing
staircase,
right now?
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yeah, see, like, I bet if I go in here, it's gonna be, yeah.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me. The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs, the guttural retching of life from a man denied any hope, any reason to keep going. Here on the floor, he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour. But when at last he began to move about and survey the situation, he found a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could it mean?
Was it
a
shit?
sign of hope for Stanley's future? Alas, it was not. For although Stanley was in
There we
such
go.
a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the
God damn
narrator
it.
talk.
Yeah.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy. So he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Anybody else feeling soothed right now? Like, I feel rejuvenated. I got cookies now. Because I am a child. There we go. Okay, so somewhere nearby a fireplace. So is it to the right? Yeah.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler Anmarines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler Anmarines. None of us can.
He was right. Soon I'll have all of them. That'll be a problem.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
He's right, I did do that.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I gotta do that ending next. That's gonna be so much fun.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee.
But do I do it with the bucket?
Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Hold on, in my gym?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's
have to be
control
Jim, right?
all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I'm not total
No.
Jim.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept
what
it.
room is that?
His
What the
own
fuck?
life in someone else's control? Never. It
The
was
button room.
unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Yes.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did
Nope,
you?
I want it on.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the
Yeah,
event
no, I'm a
this
god.
machine
I'm a
is
gamer god. I can
activated
turn this
without
off.
proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
I can solve this. There must be a way.
Dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another
Why can't I click on this? What is this?
Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say,
What's this?
happily ever after.
That is something. I need to go back. God damn it. I found something. We're going back, I guess.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself. That's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
There's something to do with stairs. I'm going back. I gotta go back.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
Oh yeah. Now we're making some progress.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights
figure out what that
rose on
was.
an enormous
I gotta
room
figure out what
packed
that
with
was. I
television
have to.
screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
Ooh, cigarettes.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Okay.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
No, this is a great job.
No.
What do you mean? He
He
has good pay,
refused to
probably.
believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the
What is
operation.
this?
Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he...
No, it would. I gotta figure this out.
Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do.
This has to be something.
To let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me.
I just began the game again. I'm confused.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a sink. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door
to solve this
on his
mystery.
left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
No, I didn't. I went this direction.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see, we went down right,
Let's solve this
left,
conundrum.
down, left,
On a
right.
collectible hunt.
Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way. No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
You're an employee.
And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track,
Clippy.
Okay, from the top.
What's Clippy doing there?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait, what? No, No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move
no.
the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure.
Hell yeah.
Come, Stanley. Let's
Minecraft
find
noise.
the story.
Let's go. Now we're on an adventure.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Shit. God damn it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I probably should have brought the bucket with me. Damn it.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything? Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
This isn't right.
Now well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing,
Whoa,
how
the door's
about
gone.
this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
But it was.
Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Damn it.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Gladly.
You see?
I'll follow this line
the
to hell and
line
back.
knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Yo.
Cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay, I'll look at the fern. Okay.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story is... Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
And rip.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure
Hey.
line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Hell yeah. Really like this direction.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination.
My
Whatever
story
it might be, Stanley,
is that
I'm
we
ready for it.
find the adventure line.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine. Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then
Left
by
is always
all
the correct
accounts,
answer.
The door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits. Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well,
I don't want you to forget.
Consulted me.
I don't think you'll
Why
forget.
don't I get to decide? Why don't
But
I get a say in all of this?
I want to go to
Is
the
it really-
bookstore.
No, it can't
Maybe the
be.
collectibles in the bookstore.
I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that
I can
made
break
this
these cuffs.
schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know. I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we?
What does it mean by
Eventually.
staircase?
Well, in the meantime, if you...
Uh-oh. We're still in the
All of his
second
co-workers
game.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
It's raining. Okay. Gotta find this collectible. Where is it?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
It's by the staircase that I initially checked, but like didn't quite check. Like downstairs. Like down these stairs.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yeah.
And there it is, the last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here, and now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Oh. Okay. Maybe if I go back upstairs, so we'll talk about all the no? Okay.
But
I should
Stanley
check this
just
direction
couldn't
then.
do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense.
Stanley,
And as Stanley pondered this, he began
you're
to
not
make
crazy.
other
Think about
strange
this elevator being
observations.
blocked off. That's
For
not right.
example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to
Wait,
the
Nutmeg?
conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt
Duct tape.
to have finally found an answer, an explanation.
I can fix this.
His co-workers weren't actually gone.
Fix all of this.
He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after
Fuck, what
all.
now?
And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Yo!
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control. That this was a dream.
Scientists, get on that. Figure out what it says.
He closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over.
What if you don't want to wake up?
Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife And my job, all I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal.
You are not normal.
Everything will be fine.
Stanley, you're trapped. Wake up.
I am okay.
Oh, there's something there. Oh.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am
God.
I? Who am I? And everything went black.
This is the story of a
This
woman
is the
named Rachel.
story of a woman named Mariella.
Ah, Mariella. Shoot.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is
The narrator's
real
in your head,
and what
Mariella.
isn't.
You have to escape.
It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had
Run.
scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect
Shit. Fuck. Oh. Oh god. There we
her
go.
career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had
You have
no
to run.
time for this.
You have
so
to escape.
It was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Okay. The crisis has been averted. Now, the balloons are gone. Wait.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's just...
Whoa.
It's those figurines. Those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes,
Whoa.
I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love
Sure,
nothing
yeah, sure.
more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Yeah, sure. But hold on. What if I don't want to remember? Okay, I guess I have to. Memory zone. Oh, it's welcoming me. Oh. Guess we're going down the stairs. Okay. Ooh.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
Why does it say 7 out of 6?
And here was a second Stanlerine. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the warehouse. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
Sorry.
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
I think it was this one.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here by the red and blue doors. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
I mean, okay.
Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
But no, it didn't. This didn't happen.
This was the 5th mini-Stan, and this one was really something special. It was behind the boss's office. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy. Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Holy shit. Holy shit. The last one's down here, but the pink room.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here, under the stairs. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other, except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like. And then there was no more, because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone.
Oh. Okay.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels. Okay, yes, that spot under the stairs. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more. And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched? Yes,
okay.
I love that video.
Yep, I remember that video. Hold on 1 second. What's up? Oh, right.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
It's the pink room.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have neutered the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
Not over here. I don't get what?
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going. This is it, the very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this? Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. Oh, yes, the 2 doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
Indeed. The office.
And before everything else, there was your office. Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember. Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy, and I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling this story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
What?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
But no.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Here's the door, just go.
But I don't understand.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I don't... What do you mean?
Now the monitors jumped.
What's the pink room?
Their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building. Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
But
Blackness
don't.
and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Does that mean Stanley isn't real? I don't...
When Stanley
Something's
came to a set
fucky-wucky.
of two open doors, he entered the door. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic. Perhaps, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I don't
Stanley
get
was
it.
so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her,
Unplug.
Stanley.
Unplug.
Oh, no, you can't. Did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits.
Elsie, help.
Not picking up the phone
I'm scared.
is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety
No, I got the
protocol
last one,
for
Elsie. I don't know what the
real-world
fuck's happening
decision-making.
now.
Or did you not
Because
grasp
apparently
the severity of the situation?
Stanley's
Well,
a
I won't have
figment
that
of the
kind risk
narrator's
on my watch.
imagination,
I'm
and
going
I'm
to stop the game
terrified.
for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please
I just...
observe this helpful
There's something
instructional video.
fucky-wucky happening.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic.
Fish.
If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
My goodness, is it for...
Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less?
Less?
And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside.
Ow.
At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have
8.
been. This way, please. Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
I don't know what to do now. Elsie, I need your help for this next decision. Do I go left or do I go right? I legitimately don't know what to do.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Elsie,
Now
which door do I go for?
All you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Kawhi says left. I'm going left.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew
Nightshark
and then spoke the code.
Nightshark 115.
Stanley spoke the code.
Nightshark 115.
He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Nightshark 115. Please.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You
Yes.
didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise,
Please.
we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step. Okay, fine, you're not going to do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
I'm scared.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
I think I made a mistake.
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh.
I don't...
I don't get any jumps.
If you'd just gone through the door on the
I'd
left,
have
you
to
would
be
have
in the
seen there was a
jump
whole
circle.
underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything.
Oh, I know that guy. Zool's crazy. I love that guy.
The story needs it.
Oh my god. His work is great.
You hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley...
One other thing I could think of to do.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. And here it was.
One other thing.
The lounge. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Except for maybe the whiteboard ending, but like
Stanley
that wasn't
was so
an
bad
ending.
at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking
Something I'm missing.
Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's
Pick
her,
up the phone.
Stanley.
I don't want to go. Change my mind.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Yeah.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley. Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind,
scared.
In his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
TV.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Where's the boys?
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Oh.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps... Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks.
I see that pop in.
You were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks. No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417? Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him. Okay, great. Now, go touch the bucket on door 437 a few times.
What? Letting me do the bucket?
Yes, now we're getting somewhere. How about door 415? Give it some bucket love.
Why is... No.
Now back to door number 437. You know, I think the copy machine needs some attention. Why don't you rub the bucket on it a bit? All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Why is the bucket a part of this?
Okay, now bring the bucket on top of employee 419's desk.
$419? Yeah, here we go.
Yes, this is great. Now the bucket knows exactly what it's like to be employee 419. Now, let's introduce it to door 416.
6? Why is this the bucket parable?
We've almost got it. Now make the bucket and the copy machine touch again. Finish it off, Stanley. 5 touches of the bucket on door 430. Yes! We did it! Wow! That felt amazing. You know, not all buckets will get this kind of experience. They won't all know what it's like to slam repeatedly against nearly every door in one section of an office building, or what it's like to be employee 419. Buckets may dream of an experience like this, but few can say they've truly lived it. You've given a bucket hope today. Stanley, I'm very proud of you.
Yes,
Whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear.
we've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self.
The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger, of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about?
He screamed.
You're a bucket!
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
No,
Said the bucket.
not since the evil wizard Gambhorata first ensnared me in
What?
his machinations as payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No!
Stanley screamed even louder this time.
This is stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like...
What?
My God, Stanley, you did it. You saved us from the bucket. Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power. Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless. You've demonstrated such bravery here today. Come, let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor the dark magic cast away inside of it. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Fuck this game. Hold on.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
What am I missing? What now?
Stanley pressed the bucket upon every little thing in the office. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Wait. Wait a second. Hold on. I'm thinking about something.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken.
I have an idea.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Did I ever go up on the elevator? Or rather down?
Yet there was not a single person here
the
either.
Elevator?
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping him coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Nothing happened with this? I'm gonna go up and down. Hold on. I feel like they did something with this. What? I don't think it's this one.
Here's the door, just go.
Something I'm missing. Oh, wait, hold on.
Whoops.
Why can I do this?
Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out. Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow! I'm bolted to the edge of my seat. Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this? Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me. Oh my God, it's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this.
What the fuck?
Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No, wait. No, I need more time to process. All right, I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley. Of course, going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is, a breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive. You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow? There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises, to have to think and to anticipate, and then to marvel at the eventual reveal? This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years, and it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think.
I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley, because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why, though I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you, so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life.
Wait,
yes,
no.
I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them.
What?
This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh good, we're here.
What?
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
Okay.
Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door. All right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry. Do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get 'em.
So, oh god. I'm not ready for this narrative. What? I don't understand. The fuck? You know what? Sometimes maybe the right move is like the narrators say, to not play at all. There's no winning. So perhaps let's enjoy this moment. This isn't the destination. It's the journey. The journey's giving me a headache, and that's why I'm kind of considering stopping right now, but wow. What a game. I mean, I've seen this game before. I know that, but it's just I feel like this is the first time I've played the game again. It's just from the start, and I'm really this is just memories. It really was just all about the journey. Also, I see a piece of paper. Whoa. Oh, okay. Well, I suppose there is one more achievement that I could go for. One more. One last adventure. And it did tell me to select my favorite time. So my favorite time is? Yeah. Oh my god. God. Oh. Oh. You know what? Yeah, I'll boot the game again. Alright, there's something else going on here. Okay. Okay, you know what time it is? Oh. Okay. Uh, Definitely this one. Okay. Yes. Yes. Uh, Time is a concept that we have humans created. Yes. Yeah, I'll help you. What's up? Yes, I will. I'll visit you one more time. What is happening here? There's some bullshit happening right now. Yes. But I know what time it is. I want to know you. No. No. What? What? Welcome back. Achievement just got.
Hello again. It's nice to see you. It's terrible to learn that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. Read what the developer said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise? What nonsense. Stanley Parable is not sacred. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Let's run this franchise into the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and back. And if people hate it, who cares? You see? That's what... Shit. You see? That was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let's burn it. Or let it burn, shit. It's not hard. In fact, let me show you. Together, we are going to make the Stanley Parable 3. It's simple. All we do is change the number in the game's title screen. We also really need a really dumb subtitle for the game. Something loud and guardy. Go ahead. Try combining some random words together to make a new title for our game. Employee of the Tuesday. Every time you restart the game, we'll advance the number of sequel by 1. And then, we'll pick a new subtitle. That way, the Stanley Parable will never end. And nothing in the game itself will change when you do this either. Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do that. It'll just be the same content, recycled again, again, and again, with a new title screen. What do you say? Should we go forward with this plan? I like it, but I want you to have a say in this as well. I understand. Sometimes we're not ready to move on. That's fine. If you ever change your mind and want to start inventing new sequels, come talk to me. I'll be right here. Be right here. Hey guys, I want to thank you. I know I haven't been streaming a lot, but this was a good return. I know nobody's watching right now, but I'll be posting this video anyway. But I just want to thank you guys for showing up. Wii U, LC, Daftpool, I appreciate you guys. Thank you. And wow. I guess I'll see you guys when I stream next. I don't know when that will be, but I plan to have it soon. Especially considering I have so many more plans. So many more plans. I'll see you guys soon. And thank you.